Last week, Jim and I were sitting around our evening fire, telling stories about our pasts, and suddenly, we found ourselves sharing a 600-mile journey with you, exploring the ghosts dwelling deep inside Alaska's dark, rich history. Our daylight hours are shorter, and our days feel wet and dreary, but we know this is only temporary, as we slide into our winter season where the earth will once again be covered in a fresh, clean blanket of crisp, white snow. Today, we begin part 2 of our quest to find the spookiest places in Alaska, which begins with the mysterious igloo and ends at the edge of Alaska's Bermuda Triangle. And of course, Jim will bring you a fabulous fall recipe and another infamous Instapot inspiration. After digging into the ghosts of our past in Fairbanks, we head south on the Glen Highway to a well-known stop since the early 1970s that over the years has developed many spooky stories attached to its origin and history. Alaska is often known for many things, including the North Pole, Santa Claus, Eskimos, and igloos. To this day, many believe Alaska is covered in snow all year and that igloos still exist. Igloos were built by the Inuit people as a temporary dwelling between long stretches of travel or as food supply or storage. Historically, people never actually lived in igloos. But what better way to pay homage to this idea than to build an igloo hotel and name it Igloo City in the middle of nowhere, Alaska. Igloo City was first dreamt up in the 1970s. A long list of reasons explains why construction was never completed. Over the years, millions of passerbys have stopped to take pictures. This abandoned structure is known for that eerie feeling you feel as you come upon it. While this building has sadly succumbed to vandalism over the years, the Alaskan Igloo is known to be home to wolves, bears, and strange rituals. Passerbys have reported seeing beams of light from the sky and figures standing in empty windows. As we walked upon this igloo that is so large that it can be seen from 32,000 feet in the air, I felt myself hesitate and stop. It wasn't the graffiti or the broken windows. It was as everyone had described. It was just a feeling. There's this spooky little entrance right here. Do you think I should go in? It says, "Welcome to hell." What do you think? Oh, it just feels cold. Okay. guess if I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go all the way in the middle. Oh my God. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm hearing weird. I'm not even kidding. I'm stuck. Oh my God, that's creepy. As soon as I crawled inside the igloo's skin, I knew I was uninvited. And I knew nothing good would come of me being there. But at least now I know for myself how it feels and what it looks like from the inside. And once I saw beneath it all, it was a little less frightening. And as if we hadn't pushed our fear limits far enough, we continued towards the city of Anchorage, long after the sun had gone down. And along the way, we stopped at the Alaska native village of Eklutna, located about 30 miles north of Anchorage and home to one of the most interesting cemeteries in Alaska. Inside Eklutna's Russian Orthodox cemetery are spirit houses, which reflect the blending of beliefs between the Dena'ina people and the Russian Orthodox Church. After the Dena'ina began converting to Russian Orthodox in the early 1800s, they were forbidden by the church to continue to perform cremations. In following with Russian Orthodox customs, the deceased were buried. In order to provide shelter for the traveling spirits, the Dena'ina people built these little spirit houses to cover the graves. Before the spirit houses are placed over the grave, the mound is covered with a blanket which is believed by the Dena'ina people to provide warmth and comfort to the soul of the dead. This place is a haunting reminder that after we are gone, all that remains is our words, our stories. And all we are is our stories. And our stories are our ghosts. I think we tell stories of those who've gone before us in order to understand and make sense of life as we're living it. Our ghost stories reveal our innermost anxieties, fears, and desires. The dark and dirty stuff that we are most afraid to speak of out loud in the bright of day. But it's okay to talk about it, because ghosts don't scare me, people do. While we have taken you to places in Alaska where the ghosts of our ancestors remain frozen in history, we now continue towards the city of Anchorage. In a normal world, we would have gone inside the Captain Cook Hotel to explore the infamous haunted bathroom where the spirit of a woman lingers after her suicide over 40 years ago. Hotel staff and patrons tell stories of mystery water leaks, haunting images in the mirrors, and doors opening and closing, and dampness on your hands after washing, turning to ice as you reach for a towel. But instead, we follow our gut and decide not to park or spend another second in the dark, desolate skeleton of a city that once was a bustling, thriving community in these evening hours. And tonight, this was probably the scariest, most ghostly thing we have seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, watch this.
Good enough?
Without hesitation, we continued south with no real destination in mind. While driving at night is not something we enjoy, we wanted to get as far away from the city as possible. The Seward Highway connects the southern city of Seward, Alaska, to the town of Anchorage, which is by far the most dangerous road in Alaska. On this 127-mile stretch of breathtaking scenic views, with wildlife and narrow twists and turns, it's not uncommon for multiple accidents to occur during this stretch of road. The Seward Highway begins at sea level and climbs up to 1,000 feet before coming back down to sea level again, and high winds and high walls of boulders eager to fall is a deadly combination. And while driving this road is dangerous enough during the day, we take it on at night and continue southwards to an area known to be part of Alaska's Bermuda Triangle.
That's... yeah, this is the one.
Hey, Gizmo.
You're spooky. Look at... What's wrong, Ember? You look like you've been possessed. Is Ember in there?
You've probably heard legends about planes and ships mysteriously disappearing into the Bermuda Triangle, and this is an area of Alaska that is far more deadly. The Alaskan Triangle, sometimes called the Alaskan Bermuda Triangle, is a place in an untouched wilderness of the last frontier. The Alaskan Triangle connects the state's largest city of Anchorage in the south to Juneau in the southeast, to Barrow in the north, a small village that is only accessible by aircraft. The Alaska Triangle began attracting public attention in 1972, when a small private plane carrying 4 people, including the U.S. House Majority Leader and Alaska Congressman Nick Begich, seemingly vanished into thin air while flying from Anchorage to Juneau on their campaign trail. For more than a month, 50 civilian planes and 40 military aircraft plus dozens of boats covered a search area of 32,000 square miles. But no trace of the plane, the men, wreckage, or debris was ever found. Over the years, planes go down, hikers go missing, and Alaskan residents and tourists seemingly vanish into thin air. Since 1988, more than 16,000 people have disappeared in the Alaska Triangle, with a missing person rate at more than twice the national average. I took a glimpse at the Alaska Missing Persons Clearinghouse Registry, and it's currently 125 pages long. Alaskan disappearances are blamed on everything from severe weather, aliens, swirling energy vortexes, to an evil shape-shifting demon of Tlingit Indian lore called the Kushtaka. This shapeshifter assumes the form of an otter and a man and appears to sailors to trick them to their death. Legend has it that the creature appears to travelers in a compelling form, such as a vulnerable child, and it lures its victims to a nearby river and tears them to shreds and turns them into another Kushtaka. This familiar vampire-like tale fascinates me, and as I told Jim this story around the campfire that night, his response was, "A Kushtaka? Nah, that's just a grizzly bear." Where'd he go? There he is. Good morning. Oh, it's a little muddy for me, honey.
Here we go with another Instant Pot inspiration. And it's been a while since we've done one. We don't cook like this every single night. The secret is sometimes it's chili mac, sometimes it's mac and cheese and hot dogs, sometimes it's as simple as ramen. It all depends on the day. But we do have the ingredients, and we figured this is as good a time as any to mix something special. So the first thing we're going to add is a 1/4 cup of water, 1/2 cup of soy sauce, and today we're making sesame chicken. 1/4 cup of rice vinegar, in a previous video, Cynthia made this clover honey. We'll link that up above. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of clover honey.
I'm just having lunch.
2 tablespoons of sesame oil. 2 teaspoons of minced garlic.
I love this cheater minced garlic too.
A tablespoon of ginger. Red pepper flakes. To your desire. And 3 tablespoons of cornstarch.
Okay, be careful with that stuff. That. Oops. It's gonna be thick.
We're going to add our teriyaki sauce to the Instant Pot. And a pound of diced chicken. We're going to mix this up so the chicken is covered by the sauce. Pressure cook on high for 10 minutes. I must say, it smells pretty amazing in here right now. And we're also going to add some broccoli.
What do you think? Do you like broccoli? Want to try it?
After our brief interruption meeting the porcupine, which is pretty awesome, our Instant Pot has finished off its cooking time of 10 minutes. Now we're going to do a natural release for 5 minutes, and then we're going to vent. Our 5 minutes are up, and we're going to vent. We're going to put it on saute for 2 minutes. We'll add in our broccoli and asparagus. Stir that all in. We're gonna add some jasmine ready rice. Super easy to use. We just pour it straight in. And this will cook while everything else is sauteing. So we have some incredible food here.
The ginger and the garlic smells so good. Now just put the lid on and let it simmer.
And saute for 2 minutes. A really quick meal, super easy. Excited to eat. It smells so good. Ooh-wee.
Oh boy. Fancy.
There we go. Sesame chicken and rice.
In 10 minutes.
Enjoy. Wow. That is some amazing flavor. Holy crap.
Really?
Oh my God.
I'm so excited.
This is a favorite thing I've ever made.
Really?
Absolutely 110%. Oh, wow. I'm a good cook. Oh, this is better than any restaurant that I've ever been to. The broccoli has so much flavor. I'm not a veggie eater. But I tell you what, you gotta try this. Oh. Cheers. Let's eat. Oh my God. Wait till you try this. I'm not exaggerating.
Oh wow. You will never eat chili mac again because the amount of time it took to make this, 10 minutes, is the same amount of time it takes to make mac and cheese. This. Can I have it every night?
Holy crap.
Please? The spice, like, you put a good amount of red pepper in there for sure. I love it. We have had so much fun exploring the dark side of Alaska's rich history, and we learned we can't let these challenging days we're facing fill us with anxiety or fear, because it's when the sky is the darkest that the stars shine bright enough to navigate us through the daylight again. And if our ghosts are our stories, then go out and live your best story to ensure the happiest of future hauntings. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button to keep up with our future adventures. Stay connected by leaving us a comment below. And as always, stay happy, healthy, and safe. And we'll see you again soon.